Hey. Hey. Hi, YouTube. It's me, Nick, from the Brohio podcast.
There it goes.
Thanks for hanging out. Waka, waka, waka. Think we're good.
Cool.
We're good here.
Yeah.
I think we're good here. All right.
Bueno.
Record. Welcome back to the Butthole Podcast, where our podcast is dark and stinky, so we call it the Butthole Podcast, or we call it the Cream Spot. I'm one half of the Cream Spot. I'm the delicious Nickalicious.
Hey, and I'm Rob Dog. What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well this Monday evening.
Sometimes there's corn in it in our podcast. We eat corn. We eat corn when we're making the podcast. This is a really weird day for me. I got back on my diet and I just went cold turkey, just salad and chicken and stuff. And by about 3 o'clock, I felt like I was gonna fucking die. So you're really lucky I'm here with you right now.
I'm happy.
Thank you for being happy. I did stop and get a few fudge rounds, Little Deborah's on the way home.
Little Deborah's, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm here with you guys, and that's what I needed to get me over the hump.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
Got to get over that hump.
If you've never been with us before, we are Nick and Rob from the Brohio podcast.
Yep.
We've been doing this for almost 4 years. We talk about conspiracies, aliens, ghosts, demons, murders, urban legends, true crime, conspiracies, monsters, cryptos. I'm out of shit. UFOs. I don't know.
That was good. That was a good run.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we have, this is a very vulgar podcast, so if that's not your thing, you can hit the road. If you got puffy nipples, hit the fucking road. If your second toe is longer than your big toe, hit the fucking road.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
If you're a guy and you pee sitting down, you're in the right spot.
Yep.
What else?
Especially if you sit backwards and use the tank as like a place to hold your Lunchables while you're shitting.
If you drink water like a cat out of the back of the tank while you're shitting, pissing, you're in the right spot. Also, if you jack off to Pokemon Go or anime, get the fuck out of here, you nasty bastard. My 8-year-old just started playing Pokemon Go.
It's fun, man.
She said, "Dad, how do you play?" I said, "I got no fucking idea."
Get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah. How do you like your phone being snapped in half? She's 9, I think. I can't remember. She's old enough to play Pokemon Go.
Keep her away from the rat titties.
I said, "How many Vulvasauruses you catch?" She said, "I think I just got one." I said, "We'll send it back into the wild. We don't want it. We don't want it in your phone, sweetheart." She said, "Okay, Dad." So she's having fun with Pokemon Go. I'll probably have to play with her sooner or later. Take them to some Pokestops.
Yeah, man. I
know I talked to a couple months ago. There's that, what's that, Randonautica app where it opens up it's like a geocaching app, and they open up portals all over your neighborhood, and you got to go to these portals. And there was this guy cruising around my neighborhood, and he thought there was a portal in the people's
you told me that
across the street.
Right,
and man,
yeah.
he was ready to go, buddy. He was looking for that portal.
Yeah, you told me about that. I remember.
It's crazy shit, man. Crazy stuff the people are getting into in the world out there today. But you're in a safe spot with Rob and I. We'll take real good care of you.
We'll never steer you wrong, guys.
We'll never send you astray. First up on a new Patreon subscribers, we have Tony Dotson. Tony, thank you for your Patreon pledge. That's Tony with an I. Looks like she's got some nipples.
I fucking hope. Next, we have Devon King. Thank you very much, Devon.
And we got Leandro Medina, as in Funky Cold Medina. Isn't that a song?
It is, yeah. It's a good one.
Who sings that? The Wild Thing guy.
Yeah.
I think so.
Sure.
Hot Thought. I don't know what his name is.
I don't fucking remember.
Hot Funky
Cold Medina.
Yeah.
Jasmine Livingston. Thank you very much.
Brandon, as in Brandon with a B. Thank you, Brandon, for your Patreon pledge. Thank you for the hairy toe knuckle pictures you sent us as well. We appreciate
thank
that.
you. I use those a lot. Barn builder and soap carver Josiah. I wouldn't expect anything different from someone named Josiah.
Hezekiah Munson pouncing through on my way to Ohio. I didn't know that they listened to. If you're Amish and you listen to us, or Amish, Mennonite, whatever, send us an email, brohio.podcast@gmail.com. When we got Pepper, the new dog, we got her from Amish country.
Mm-hmm.
We had to correspond back and forth with text message. They only look at their phone once a night. Very stressful trying to get this dog with a person that only looks at their phone once a night. I need regular people that look at their phones 100 times per hour. That's the kind of person I want to communicate with.
Yeah, and that's at the low end.
I need someone like Rob who never misses my phone calls. He's only missed about 2 of my phone calls in 48 years of friendship. That's what I need.
Once or twice, man. I have it zoned in, so like I can just feel it. My Nick senses start tingling. It's in my grundle.
You're in my favorites, so if you call when I'm on Do Not Disturb, it still comes through.
Sweet. I like that.
Hey, I was thinking, what do you think about us shaving our nuts on YouTube Live? Yeah, let's do that, Batman. Last up, we got Tim Mason. Thank you, Tim, for your Patreon pledge. Come join us for $1. Get your name molested. Get your name set on the air. Patreon.com/BroHioPodcast. Okay, I made a concentrated effort to switch things up a little bit this week.
Cool.
We have 2 entire episodes dedicated to the Brohio Battlefield of Love.
Yes.
We have 3 people that have reached out that said they fucking hate the Brohio Battlefield of Love. We've had 300,000 reach out and say they love the Brohio Battlefield of Love. If you're one of the ones that doesn't like it, I'm sorry. If you're one of the ones that does like it, I adore you.
We got news for you. There's more coming.
There's more coming. So I'm going to save the Battlefield of Love questions for the actual episode.
Good.
The Battlefield of Love. We're going back to our roots. I've got a funny article here for the both of us.
It's been a minute.
We're going to go through this. We're going to dissect it. We're going to give some advice to this person involved in this article right here.
Cool.
It says, China woman runs red lights in ex's car to spite him.
Okay.
An angry woman was arrested in Zhejiang province. Sorry, I don't do a very good Mexican accent. An angry woman was arrested in Zhejiang province in eastern China after she deliberately ran 49 red lights in her ex-boyfriend's car, according to local media.
Wow.
The woman, identified only as Lu, asked a man called Chen to rent her former partner's Audi, the state-run Global Times newspaper reported. Chen then handed the car to another man called Zhu, who with Lu used the car in a 2-way marathon committing traffic offenses, the Global Times said.
This is like a Dr. Seuss book.
Zhu and Lu also ran 49 red lights before they were stopped by the police. The car belonged to some known only as Qian, who, according to the Global Times, had dated Lu before leaving her for another woman. Following questioning by the police, it was revealed that Lu had come up with the plan to rack up fines in a bid to spite her ex, the newspaper said.
Man.
Zhu, Lu's accomplice, this is really confusing, Rob.
Wow.
Was reportedly promised a date with Lu if he joined the four-wheeled revenge plot. Zhu was also arrested, FR24 News reported. So if you are a scorned ex-lover,
run them red light cameras.
Get in that car, take it for a little spin, run some red lights, rack them up. In Ohio, it's kind of on and off again with the camera, the speed lights and shit. But now there has to be a cop sitting in the room that fucking, sits there and watch it all go down.
Yeah.
What a crock of shit, man. There's been a lot of things brought to light in the past 3 to 4 years about police. I'm pro-police. Got a lot of buddies out there working the streets doing good shit. But, man, do I get pissed off when I see stuff like that. Just a guy sitting in a room writing camera tickets.
Yeah.
What a waste of fucking community resources. Get the fuck out of here.
They're easy to fight, though.
Yeah, they are pretty easy. Usually it just fucks your credit up, if anything.
Yeah.
But,
if you go to court, all you got to do is just say you want to face your accuser, and you can't. They never come to fucking court over a red light camera, so.
Show me your face!
There's your out.
When we live near Butler County in Ohio, which there's a sheriff there by the name of Richard K. Jones. He's like a wart on Donald Trump's testicle, if that's the only way to explain him. But this dude is so just, not that it's a bad thing. He's very, 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 very conservative. Build the wall right now. Abort all their fucking stupid babies. I'm sorry, don't abort all the babies. Don't abort them. Don't touch them. Even the incest stupid potato ones. Let them go. But he always on Facebook, they'll make a bust and get like a few grams of pot, and they'll put it on Facebook.
Oh yeah, one of those.
Oh yeah, cracking down these streets. Everyone's like, whoop-de-fucking-do, pal. I can't wait till they legalize it in Ohio.
I know, it's just so stupid that it's not.
Come on, man. Just give it a fucking rest. It's just a little bit of marijuana, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Marijuana never hurt anybody.
Nope.
I snorted it once, had a great time.
Yep.
I'll tell you about the God. I smoked it, and I don't think I've ever told this story on here. The first time I tried it, I smoked it, didn't do anything. Smoked it with some friends of the family.
Mm-hmm.
I left, I went home, I laid down, they called back. I had a horrible migraine. Just a few days before that, I had strep throat, and they prescribed me Percocets or Oxycontins.
Damn.
From how bad my throat hurt. I didn't take them because I can't do painkillers.
Okay.
My head was hurting so bad after smoking this dirt weed that I took two, I think they're Percocets. I took 2 of them because that's how bad my head hurt. I'm like, I got to fix this. So I go home, I lay down with this migraine, I take 2 Percocets. They call me, they say, that was dirt weed. We have real weed now if you want to come back and try it. And I said, okay, I'll come back and try it. I'll try real marijuanas. I go back, I drive there. They're like, you got to really take it down in your lungs and cough and gag on it. And I said, if I know one thing, that's how to gag on it.
It's the way to your heart right there.
Certainly take care of that. So 2 big hits. I'm just getting, first time ever smoking. Yeah. But I'm sitting there, they're talking to me. We're in this garage. I'm looking out this garage door, and I'm looking upstairs at this tree. And then all of a sudden, the tree just goes, just waving at me real slow, dude.
You could see it producing oxygen.
It was breathing. I could see the tree breathing. Like,
yeah.
Mind you, I got 2 Percocets sitting on my gut, and I've never taken anything like this before. So then I start hearing police sirens. There was no police sirens. I was just being crazy, I looked at the friends of the family. I said, I hear the cops. They said, there's no sirens, man. I said, I got to get the fuck out of here.
Getting paranoid.
So I walk out to my car, and I get in my car. I swear to God, I'm driving 95 to 112 miles an hour. I looked down at my speedometer, and I haven't even put the car in drive yet. I'm still sitting in park. And I said, holy shit, how am I going to get home? So I drive home, and I'm concentrating so hard on the road that my head is shaking. I'm maybe going 6 or 8 miles an hour the entire way home.
You're like Ricky Bobby after he gets catches on fire and comes back.
It's like 3/4 of a mile, and it took me 20 minutes to get home. I get home, I walk inside, my wife's like, how was it? I'm like, I gotta go to bed. I was mad. So then I lay down in bed, and I start falling asleep, but then I also start biting my tongue because I got cotton mouth really bad. You know? And I start hallucinating that the entire roof of my mouth has sprouted teeth.
Oh, jeez.
I'm freaking the fuck out. I got all these new teeth, man. So what's the first thing you do when you get all these new teeth? You got to brush them motherfuckers. So I get up and stumble to the bathroom, open up my mouth to look at my new row of teeth. No teeth.
Man, that's a bummer.
So then I just keep on staring in the mirror, waiting for the teeth to pop. They never come. So I go back to bed and I lay down. I start seeing myself in my own casket, and my children weeping over my dead body. Dude, I'm not exaggerating at all.
Holy shit.
Crying. I start crying so hard that I just fall asleep eventually. She comes in 4 or 5 hours later, and she wakes me up. She says, this is the night before one of my daughter's birthday parties. She said, are you going to help me or what? Because she's doing everything by herself. Mm-hmm. I jump up like a fucking rocket out of the bed. I fall into the wall, knock the dresser over, fall down on my head. The dresser falls over. I stand back up again. I said, I'm ready to go. She said, I need you to ice the cupcakes. So I go to the kitchen. I start icing the cupcakes. I ate 7 cupcakes while I stood there. Got in a lot of trouble for that. Called my friend, called my brother, talked to them about it. They said I got twisted. They said I took the Percocets and the marijuanas together.
Yeah.
I got twisted. So then I laid off the hard shit for a long time after that.
Yeah.
Really bad stuff, man. Hardcore stuff. My brother said I probably almost overdosed. He said he never heard of anyone overdosing on marijuana. I said, well, motherfucker, I never heard anybody overdosing on mushrooms, but you did it in college, didn't you?
I was going to say, if he says it, it's got to be true.
Here we are. That was my experience. But, man, I learned some stuff that night. I've learned that
I mean, Percocets you don't fuck around with.
I guess not.
Yeah.
2 of them.
That's some scary shit, man. That'll get you going.
Nearly died.
Yeah.
But here I am with you guys, and I did not overdose. Shoot your local heroin dealer. I'm here.
We persevere.
Queer. I'm proud. Thank you guys for sticking with me through all the trials and tribulations of my life, even when I was a junkie, passing out on marijuanas, sprouting teeth.
That's a lot of teeth.
A lot of THC. What that is. THC will give you teeth.
Yeah, I think that's how that works.
It's the only way to do it. So,
yeah.
We got an Alaskan catfish story for you.
Hell yeah, I love Alaska and catfish.
I think the catfish from Alaska probably tastes a lot better than the catfish in Mississippi.
Oh, sure.
Mississippi.
Yep.
Mississippi.
I would say so.
Bengals won this weekend.
I saw that.
Hooday. Some of you guys wrote me and said, hey, Nick, you like the Bengals? Fuck you. Well, guess who's back? Joe Burrow. He knew that I put cookies out for him the night before.
I saw that too.
I put the picture on Facebook. Said, you got to leave cookies out for Joe Burrow, and he'll come take care of you. So,
yep.
Bengals 1-0. Skull, Vikings, whatever. I don't know. They suck. They got beat by the goddamn Bengals. All right, so the story takes us to Alaska. Anchorage, Alaska.
Love it.
The last frontier. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to Alaska.
I would love to.
I'd love to check it out. Let me switch my screen around so I'm not
Switch them around, man.
twerking my neck.
Do what you got to do.
I only want to twerk my puss. I don't want to twerk my neck. But you guys are really missing out if you're not checking out the Battlefield of Love episodes. Those are a lot of fun, really funny. The last one, Robert laughed so hard he cried.
Mm-hmm.
I was serious the entire time. I didn't laugh. I didn't break character because that's what we are. We are characters. I did not break character. Robbie did break character. He was crying. He was laughing so hard. And I was trying to keep a straight face to slow him down because he was really going downhill. But there was no pulling him back. He was laughing so hard. So
yeah, it was I wasn't even going to try to.
Just go check out the last 20 minutes or so of that episode
Yeah.
if you need a good laugh. If you're sad, go check that out. You'll laugh. But we're going to be talking about Denali Bramer. She was an 18-year-old living in the last frontier of Anchorage, Alaska, which is the only place with any human civilization in Alaska. You got bears, moose, probably a lot of beavers and shit, and then you got some people, some Eskimos there in Anchorage, and that's where everybody lives. There's some king crab fishermen, too, on the deadliest catch. Without
yeah.
the crabs.
Yep.
We're almost out of gas. Call the Arabs.
Yep.
Surprisingly enough, they have internet in Alaska,
Oh.
which is a complete miracle in itself all alone that they have any type of telecommunications out there in the last frontier. And that's how Denali, yes, the subject of our topic, her name is Denali, like the fucking drug dealer SUV.
I was going to say like the car. Yeah.
It's like people that name their daughter Macy. There's a lot of people on here that have a daughter named Macy. Well, your daughter aside, we know that your pussy stinks. If you named your daughter Macy. And that's unfortunate. But we will stick with you. We will rock with you through your lowest. Here we are, the Bros of Ohio. Then that's how, using the internet, that's how Denali, she met a mysterious man.
Ooh.
Sorry.
It's all the weeds coming back up.
All the weeds and Percocets. And that's how Denali met a mysterious man by the name of Tyler. What a mysterious name. We got Tyler
mysterious.
and Denali. She met Tyler, in quotations, on some type of social media. I do believe it was the Book of Faces.
Yeah, okay.
They started chatting in May of 2019, so
Ooh,
not that long ago. The pandemic was just getting all
about to fire up.
Yeah, we were dying. Everybody in Ohio, we were locked down. Everyone was having sex and going to Lowe's and painting a room because that's what they should call it. They should call it the painting pandemic because everybody painted a room during the pandemic, except for Rob. You just kind of moved into a new house.
I didn't have to. Yeah.
No, we painted a lot in my house during the painting pandemic.
You did.
And every time I went to Lowe's, there was no fucking painter paintbrushes. How do you run out of paint? God damn, man. And now everything in the entire world, I'm not sure if you're dealing with this in your neck of the woods, but everything in the world is back ordered right now. You can't order anything.
Yeah. Yep.
There's nothing. You can't get anything right now.
Yeah, it's hard. It's going right back to the way it used to be.
It's great. I love it.
I love struggling.
Keep on. I love struggling.
It's fucking fun.
Yeah. Now, they started chatting in May of 2019, and like all honest relationships, they started to communicate a little bit on Snapchat as well.
Hell yeah.
But a lot of their flourishing relationship was being conducted via text message as well. I will say one thing. If your spouse has a Snapchat and they're talking to people that you don't know, say you have a wife, and she's on Snapchat talking to a guy that you don't know, and he's just a friend. Well, that guy's not a fucking friend. He's getting pictures of your wife's pussy, and he's sending pictures of his butthole to your wife. So don't let that shit go down. And I'm not speaking from experience because it's never happened to me, but I know people that it has happened to. There's nothing honest about Snapchat. So if you're a spouse, be a good spouse. There's no reason to be talking to strange women or men on Snapchat because the conversations go away. What the fuck do you have to hide? Snapchat is a dastardly, dirty app. We need to get it ended right now, all because you can put a puppy face on your face. Everyone loves it so much, but you can also send pictures of your pussy, and it goes away real quick, so people can't see it. So I feel like it's a very dirty application. How do you feel?
Yeah, I get it.
There's no reason, and that's one thing. People say, well, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? My number one priority, 1A and 1B, being a good husband, being a good dad. There ain't nothing good to become of talking to random weirdos on Snapchat. Ain't nothing good about it. So,
amen, brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep that in mind. This is the delicious Nicolicious with helpful relationship tips. Just like steak tips, like those mushrooms and onions, a little bit of butter, garlic, like them steak tips.
They're pretty good.
You want Texas Roadhouse soon. I'm going to fuck it up. Fucking Snapchat. What the fuck?
You're fucking on one today, man.
The man on the other end of the telephone was Tyler. Tyler was from Kansas. The kicker about Tyler, though, Tyler was a multi-millionaire. That's what I was born to do.
Hell yeah.
I should have just been a trophy husband. I can't help but think about how much less stressful my life would be if all I had to do was get the kids on the bus in the morning. Because you know what? I'm such a scary dude. The dishes would clean themselves. The laundry would do its fucking self. I wouldn't have to worry about any of that. Well, I'm just lazy, so my wife probably have to do that.
Oh, yeah. Very, very true, yeah.
Even if I was a stay-at-home husband. But I do think that's what I was meant to do, was just be a trophy husband.
Trophy husband? Yeah, that'd be great, man. I want to do that. Where do I sign up?
My wife right now, she can say, she always talks about me to her friends. This is what irritates me. My wife, she gets so sick of my shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
She'll motherfuck me. She'll be like, why don't you chill the fuck out, act your age for a little bit, quit annoying the shit out of me. But then as soon as we get around people, she's like, here's my husband. He's the funniest man in the world. Watch him make you laugh. Look how strong he is. Look how broad his chest is.
You need a pickle jar opened? He can open it.
Look how big his biceps and look how fat and meaty his fingers are. She's always talking good about me when we get in front of people. She says, watch him pick up this car. Watch him eat this full rack of ribs. Watch him. Just watch him.
Watch him rescue a baby from a burning building.
Watch him execute whatever he's trying to do. But then when we get home, she says, clean up your fucking dirty underwear. Put your shoes away. Why the fuck do you always leave your dish out?
Did you shit your pants again?
And I said, 20 hours ago, you were parading me around like I was Kim Jong-un in North Korea. You were having a fucking parade in my honor. And here we are. You had everyone thinking I was Hulk Hogan. And now here you are bitching at me for leaving my Crocs out. Get a fucking life, okay? She probably got a pretty valid point. I don't. I do a really bad job of cleaning up after myself.
Oh, man.
the absolute worst.
Yeah, I'm awful.
This is a full-time job taking care of my big ass.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I'm not cut out. Maybe I am better served just having a job and stuff. I don't know. It's up for debate. So Tyler here, he's a multi-millionaire. Okay? He's got a lot of fucking money. As a matter of fact, he's got fuck money. You know what fuck money is, Rob?
Don't tell me.
It's just exactly what it means, man. Exactly what it says. It's fuck money. Like, you got money and you just don't give a fuck.
No.
Okay?
Okay.
So you wake up, you decide you want a submarine. Okay.
Sweet.
You go down to Subway and you get a fucking cold cut trio.
Blech.
You wake up another morning and say, I want a submarine. You go buy an underwater vessel. You go buy it. So you can wake up one morning and get a cold cut for $6, or you can go buy a goddamn underwater fucking Navy cruise missile ship. It doesn't matter because you got fuck money. Okay? And that's what Tyler had, was fuck money. And this relationship progressed, and it progressed rather quickly. Denali, okay, what a trashy name for a woman.
It is.
Well, she wasn't a stripper, because I know a lot of you are probably thinking, well, Denali's a stripper name. No, she was an 18-year-old girl with an alias. She was actually going by the name of Angela online. So her real name
very plain.
Her real name was Denali, as in the drug dealer SUV. And online, she was going by simply Angela or Angela. But millionaire Tyler, he didn't know this. He thought he was talking to Angela. He didn't know that she was just some dirty scumbag girl from Anchorage, Alaska named Denali. And if she would have just come clean in the beginning and said, hey, millionaire Tyler, my name's Denali, he probably would have thought she was a stripper. Maybe he would have been a little more interested. I don't know. Daytona, some kind of exotic name. Ferrari, a lot of better names you can come up with aside from Angela. That sounds pretty plain Jane.
Yeah, it really does.
Angela sounds like someone that would help you fill up a coloring book, like one of those relaxation coloring books. That's what they do in their spare time. Your wife ever do that in her spare time, the coloring books?
No, I wish that'd be cool.
Yeah. No, I don't think that would be
I
cool.
want to do that. Just someone who just sits there and just like watches like 5 o'clock news and knits a sweater or something.
My mom knits. She fucking hates it, but she'll do it. As the relationship went further and further, Tyler started to desire some different things from Denali, or Angela. He was a millionaire, so she was quick to jump when Tyler said how high she was.
Okay.
I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to say it. She was a gold digger. She was looking for some money. She was looking for some loot, and Tyler had exactly what she was looking for. He was a millionaire out there in Kansas, probably got him a nice cattle ranch, probably got a fields of gold, whatever he's got going on. And she's just a lonely, lonely loner there in the middle of Anchorage, Alaska, probably looking for just a better life, looking for a way out. She's talking to this fucking trillionaire online. He's got all this money.
Trillionaire.
All this stuff. He's probably snorting as much marijuana as he wants.
And taking all the Percocets he can afford.
Getting it twisted. Sometimes I like to twist my penis, and then as I start to piss, let it go. It's like one of those little silly string fucking sprinklers you put in the backyard, and the water just goes.
It just goes fucking ape shit.
Yeah, that's what. So yeah, Denali, she was hanging on to his every wish and demand. Tyler expressed to Denali that he was into younger women. To which she could oblige, because Denali, she was only 18 years old. So Tyler, he was starting to want some nudies of Denali. So she started sending those nudies right over to Tyler with no reservations whatsoever. She started sending over nudes. But if she was sending me nudes, I would not have taken them because she was ugly. She was a fucking booger bear. She was not very attractive. She looked like she had a fucking hair lip, short haircut. She looked like the girl on the Wendy's thing, but, you know, maybe Wendy on the Wendy sign. If the sign fell off and hit the fucking ground, that's what this girl looked like. Just dumb and ugly. Let me see if I can find her real quick.
Okay.
What's her name? Denali.
There it is.
First one.
Excuse me.
Look at her.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Damn.
Cool hair.
She's definitely in Slytherin. She looks like Brock Lesnar.
She does. Have you seen Brock Lesnar's daughter?
Yeah. Scary,
Holy
buddy.
moly.
So, yeah, she's a booger bear, but she obliged and started sending some pictures right over to old millionaire Tyler. She said, I'm going to shake my moneymaker for you, Tyler.
Get it, girl.
We're going to get it on. We're going to send it. This was not enough for millionaire Tyler. He wanted more. I want it all. Hey, yeah. Although she was 18, Tyler decided that he wanted something or someone younger.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
And I think, and here's my thing, I might be wrong for this, Rob Dog. Let me take a long, strong drink of
take you a good
Woodford Reserve Rye.
Good little suck.
Mm-hmm. I am of age. I'm 33 years old. 18 is entirely too young, buddy.
Way too young.
That is still fucking weird.
Yeah.
They still don't have, I don't think they have hair on their buttocks and stuff yet at that age.
You like them hairy.
19, still too young. 20, you're still borderline. Those are still little girls, man. I know it's legal, but it's not okay in my mind.
Especially at our age.
It's weird, man. And even now when I see 25, 26-year-olds, I think to myself, you look like you could be my daughter. So I'm going to go fart in your bedroom just like I do to my daughter. We had yesterday for the Bengals game, my wife said, what do you want for dinner? Usually for the first football game of the year, she'll cook me up some nachos and wings, really cook me up some good stuff, you know. And yesterday I said, I don't care, whatever. Just I'll have some pretzels and beer. And she said, you want me to make some chili? I said, well, fuck yeah, I want you to make some chili.
Hell yeah.
It was like 96 degrees out yesterday, but she still persevered. She made the chili, put it in the crock pot. The older I get, the fucking beans never used to bother me, bro. I've been sending you Snapchats for a day and a half now.
Yeah, man, you've been struggling. You've been struggling.
Just ripping them.
I think my speaker on my phone's completely out of whack now.
Some real crotch rippers for sure, man.
Oh, yeah.
Some butt burners.
Some porcelain painters.
Yeah, dude. And these beans and then White Castle will also really do me in. But, yeah, I cannot express enough how dangerous the beans are at my age. It's getting worse. It's getting a lot worse. And I just been farting my asshole off for 2 days. Been complete misery.
White Castle, everything you push out smells like it for a couple days after.
And why does it make it that much more disgusting? I don't understand why.
I don't know.
White Castle smells delicious in the beginning. Sorry. Crystals if you live down south. But even though it smells delicious going in, it smells exactly the same coming out.
Exactly the same.
It smells disgusting coming out. Maybe because it got poop particles on it.
It's because you know it's from your butts. Why?
It's got fucking fart juice on it.
Yeah, farticles.
We live about 2 blocks away from the White Castle Distribution Center, where they make all the little burgers. So sometimes when I go outside about 6:30 in the evening, I get a stiff wind, all White Castle. They just make thousands of them an hour over there, and I get it. Fills my nose up full of
I didn't know that.
White Castle. Yeah, we'll take a ride one day. We'll go smell them.
Yeah, maybe we can wait outside the dumpster for them to throw
Free
some away.
smells. Yeah. Are you done with that? I'm done with that apple core. I'm done with that fart. You want that? You done with that apple core? Joe Dirt's such a good movie.
Yes, it is.
Now, Tyler wanting pictures of younger women, that should have absolutely been a red flag for Dirty Denali. But she said, you know what? There might be some gold at the end of this rainbow. I'm going to keep on chugging. Just like the butt chuggers of the Brohio podcast. You can get into the Brohio podcast butt chuggers closed group. Use password Bill Wilkins. Tyler did up the ante a bit, and he dangled a little bit of a carrot, not his dick, though. He said, if you send me what I'm looking for, there's going to be a big payday in your future.
Nice.
So at this point, he's starting to offer some monetary. Finally, what she's working for, what she thought was coming, he was going to have her do these things, and then he would offer some money, and it never happened. But, well, finally, he extended the olive branch. He said, if you send me pictures of young girls, I'm gonna pay you. And she said, absolutely not at first.
Absolutely not at first.
But he wasn't really clear on how much he was going to pay her, but he did say that she would get paid. And she had to have been thinking the absolute best because he's a millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
Millions of dollars, trillions, more money than Jeffrey Epstein and Bezos. More money than all those guys combined.
Come on, Jeffrey, you can do it.
Yes.
Pay the way, put you back into.
Denali was able to secure pictures and videos of a 15-year-old girl and an 8 to 9-year-old girl.
Not good.
That she sent to Tyler via pictures and videos. While Tyler was indeed happy to have the pictures and videos that Denali, or Angela as he knew her, Denali's payday never came. He strung her along, even promising a bigger payday. He said, you know what? Those are good, but you can do better. And she said, I want my fucking money. He said, hold on a second. Let's not stop here. What if you can take that money and you can triple it, maybe even quadruple it? And this dumb bitch said, okay, what do you want next? Eventually, Tyler made a pretty clear offer for the sum of $9 million. This is like one of those questions.
Wow.
When you're alone with your friends, you're like, you suck your dad's dick for $9 million? I'm like, my dad and me will suck each other's dicks for $9 million. I have not even talked to my father, but for $9 million, we will suck each other's dicks. It's just a clear, it's a clear answer.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. You can build a spaceship for $9 million. Yeah. So you wake up in the morning and your wife's like, where are you going? I'm like, where the fuck I want? I got $9 million.
Yeah,
I'm going to go to Foot Locker and buy all the socks. I don't even want the shoes because I'm taking shoes out of circulation. I'm buying all the fucking shoes in the world, taking away all the shoes because I got $9 million.
$9 million, man. Yeah, I don't think it's a dick I wouldn't suck for $9 million.
There is not a gaggle of dicks I would not suck. You know that fucking porno video picture where little Piper's sitting there in front of all those black guys? Mm-hmm. I would let those guys destroy my rear end like a peanut butter ice cream sundae. Just destroy it. Drink it.
Following Piper's footsteps.
Fall in it for $9 million.
Oh, yeah.
They'd be like, he bled out from his ass, but he's taking $9 million to the grave. And don't give that shit to anybody else. Bury me with that because I want it in my pocket because I'm a Scrooge. Put that shit in my box.
I did a full spread. I mean, I spread my butt cheeks and everything.
I did a full spread. Oh, God. Dude, and that's the thing, and I've said this before. If, they say, well, you let this guy fuck you for $9 million. I will make it enjoyable for him for $9 million.
Oh, yeah.
I'll make him grab my throat and spit in my mouth. I'll make him want to come back for $10 million the next night. I'll make it so dirty and nasty. That dude will not be able to hold back his cum for very long. I would be so sexually attractive and drawn to him. There's nothing that he could do to slow down. I would be pushing my tits together. My chest would be shaved. I'd have a V shape above my pubic region. I would be irresistible. I would be baby oiled. I would come in wearing a fucking Catwoman suit. I'd have it on so long that when we took it off, I'd be hot and sweaty.
The Gimp mask.
Yeah, Gimp mask. A fucking Jurassic Park toy, like a
one of those inflatable suits.
Whatever, man. Fucking candy in my pocket.
Lift up the tail and it's just your asshole.
Take my shoes off and I got fresh lasagna in there. I'm going to make it enjoyable
God.
For everybody involved for $9 million. You're going to come so hard your dead dad's going to feel it for $9 million.
It's going to rattle his bones.
So if anyone is interested, brohiopodcast@gmail.com. Brohio Battlefield of Love. Send us your questions. So he said for the sum of $9 million, all she has to do was rape and kill someone and get the whole entire thing on film. And I'm not exaggerating. Thankfully, Denali, she heard this, and she wasn't this dumb, and immediately shot down the offer. She said, no fucking way, no how am I going to kill and rape somebody. She was not going to be having any part of this shit show at all. She was going to move on with her life. A few days went by. And Big Tyler, he kept on working on her. He said, $9 million and you're not going to make this video? $9 million? Rob Dog, I think I probably turned that one down, too. I'm not killing and raping for $9 million.
No thanks, man. No thanks.
Unless they're like, well, this person doesn't have any family and nobody likes them. I'd be like,
they smell like shit all the time.
It'd be like that time that guy was trying to get me to fucking jerk him off while he got breast milk.
Yeah.
True story.
It is, yeah.
300, 3,000. I can't remember how much it was an hour, but I said, babe, we got to think about this for a second. I forget what episode that is. But
it's early.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's early.
Some guy paid me. I was selling breast milk on Craigslist, and he wanted me to jack him off while he just thought about it. It was going to be a lot of money. Never. But, you're only good at your own rhythm. It'd be hard to jack another guy off because you don't know what speed, what rhythm. If he likes to have his neck bit like a cat, you don't have any idea. I like to put my big toe in my mouth when I jack off. I look like a fucking infant trying to get his diaper off. I'm jacking off. Struggling like a roly-poly on its back. Trying to suck my toenail off. A few days went by, and Big Tyler, he kept on chipping away at her. The stress of being ugly and poor in Alaska had worn on Dirty Denali.
Hell yeah.
And she finally caved. She told Tyler that she would take him up on his $9 million offer and, in fact, kill and rape someone for $9 million. But Denali had a plan. $9 million, that's a lot of money. Even if you have to split it up, she was going to need some help to pull this off because she knew that she wouldn't be able to just kill someone by herself. So she started recruiting people. But let's pause there for a moment. Denali was doing all this under the assumption that this dude had the money. There were never any pictures that he sent to her. Said, look, briefcase, $9 million. She was being extremely gullible, and she was being tempted with something that was a figment of her imagination. There was never any proof that there was going to be any money coming her way. I saved my brother's life this morning. He calls me. He says, hey, dude, I helped him move this weekend, so he's being nice to me. He says, hey, dude, this dude, I'm buying Ray Polaris Polaris doors on Facebook. He said, send me $1,000 on PayPal. Send it friends and family. I said, don't fucking do it, dude. I said, send that shit as a merchant. He said, what did he do with the boat? I said, he will fucking keep your money and you won't get the doors. He said, well, this dude told me to send it to him friends and family. I said, Dale Earnhardt, don't do it, man. Don't do it. You're gonna get destroyed. You're
Definitely
gonna get taken for $1,000. And much like the earlier photos where she sent the pictures of the girls, the videos of the little girls, he said that he would pay her, but he never paid her. He just strung her along. He just said there's a possibility that you can make a lot more money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what she was holding on to. But that didn't matter. $9 million split up 4 ways is a lot of money. She recruited 4 friends to help her make this murder happen. Caden McIntosh, 16 years old. Caleb Leland, 19 years old. And 2 juveniles that were not named because they were so young.
Dang.
Yeah. And, God, on June 2nd, 2019, just a couple months after she started talking to a millionaire, Tyler the Entertainer, Denali and 16-year-old Caden McIntosh, which was one of the friends that she recruited to help carry out the murder, they borrowed a truck from their friend, Caleb Leland, and picked up 19-year-old Cynthia C.C. Hoffman. Poor C.C. Cynthia, or C.C. as we'll call her, lived with she had an intellectual disability which caused her to operate at about a 7th grade level.
Okay.
As tough and as sad as that is, I still don't think I'm operating it any much further beyond a 7th grade level.
Yeah, I'm right there, man.
Unfortunately. Her dad said that the only thing she wanted was friends, Cece. She would do anything to be with people that wanted to be her friend, which is so sad.
It's really sad.
This unfortunately made her an easy target for what these 4 dickheads were trying to pull off. On that day, June 2nd, 2019, Cynthia was due to meet with her father to pick up some cash. When she never showed up, her father knew something was off. And the reason she was picking up money from her dad is because she had helped him perform a handyman job earlier in the week, and her dad had to pay her for that. And that seems very Alaskan to me.
Yeah.
Hey, my dad, we put up them goddamn drywall on a trailer, and he owed me about $60. It's Anchorage, Alaska. I don't wash my pussy. So her dad owed her some money, and she had to go meet him, and she never showed up. Caden and Denali told Cece that they were all going hiking. And Cece, she happily obliged. She was ecstatic to tag along because, like I said, she just wanted friends. She wanted people to hang out with her. She wanted to hang out with people. She wanted to be wanted. She wanted people to love her. She just wanted to be part of the crowd, part of the group, part of everyone having fun. So she immediately jumped on the opportunity to go hiking with Caden and Denali. Caden and Denali took Cece to Thunderbird Falls Trail, which sounds like a place in Alaska. Never been there, don't know what it looks like, which was it was an extremely popular spot for hiking. They started a hike towards the falls, but then they broke off the familiar trail to follow a different path on the Eklutna River. I think that's how you pronounce that.
I think so.
They found a nice quiet spot to stop and take a break, but that's when things turned deadly. Caden and Denali ambushed Cece and bound her hands behind her back with duct tape and wrapped the duct tape around her head and eyes.
Oh, geez.
The entire time while going through all of this, Denali was taking pictures and videos, Snapchat, and sending them to her rich boyfriend in Kansas, Tyler, because that's exactly what he wanted. Eventually, the two brandished a 9mm handgun, and depending upon who you ask, Caden raised the gun to the back of Cynthia's head and pulled the trigger, presumably killing her, but not killing her.
Oh, man.
They had fulfilled their obligation of killing someone, albeit the rape thing, they don't know what happened with that, unfortunately. They needed to get rid of the body at this point, so they pushed her next to the river onto the riverbank. This might not be exactly what happened. We'll kind of revisit that in just a minute. According to some reports, they pushed her into the creek, and she was still shuddering alive when they pushed her into the creek. After killing her, Cece took on the alias of Angela. She got Cece's phone, and she texted Cece's father. She said, "Hey, this is Cece's friend Angela. We just dropped Cece off at the Polar Bear Park in Anchorage."
Okay.
So that kind of to throw people off their trail at this point. But she sent the text message as Angela. So Cece's dad is thinking, who the fuck is this? I don't know an Angela. They proceeded to burn Cece's purse and burn her cell phone as well. Timothy, which was Cece's father, he was quoted in the newspaper as saying, "In this family, you all have phones. When dad calls, you answer. I do not care if you're at church and the holy pastor is preaching. I do not care if you're at school taking the high school diploma test. If dad calls, you answer." That's Timothy Hoffman.
Good rule.
But then I wrote off subject, but that sounds a tad bit controlling to me.
I think it's a good rule. If I'm calling you, there's a fucking reason for it.
There's a fucking reason.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be fucking calling you,
That's
is there?
the thing. Every time I call somebody, it's usually the fart in the phone and hang up. It's kind of just an underhanded, goofy prank. I don't know. But that's not a... My wife has that rule. She says, if I fucking call, you answer.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I'm just like, I'll catch you later. But, it's kind of... I expect my kids to answer when I call.
Yeah.
It's a different time with cell phones, man.
Yeah.
I used to have to call. You don't know what it's like, Robert, to have to call your house and talk to your fucking mom or dickhead dad and ask for you. I didn't know them from a hole in the ground, but all I knew is that they hated me.
They hated everybody
for just having a voice.
Yeah.
That the fact that someone called and asked for Harry Potter under the steps, they hated me. What did I ever do, Rob? I was a nice kid.
They hated me. It wasn't you.
Had a good set of inverted nipples on me. They didn't know anything about me. Boy, man.
They're just like, you want to talk to that fruitcake of all the people in this house?
Let me take him, the phone down into the dungeon.
Yeah, it really was. It was like fucking... I was Harry Potter and they were the fucking Dursleys. They fucking hated me, kept me under the staircase, and only fed me like ramen is all I ever got to eat.
You know what I thought about?
Yeah,
you had a bar right outside your room.
Yeah.
You never used it.
When we first moved in there, they had a bar. The old people did that lived in the house. They had a bar in the basement, and then we ended up ripping it out, which is sad for me.
I wish I had a bar now.
Yeah, I know, right?
I wonder if we got room in here. Probably not.
We could always make room.
Yeah. The day after the murder, the police were attempting to locate Cece at the Polar Bear Playground because obviously Angela, or Denali, had thrown them off the trail and said that's where she was dropped off. Police started their investigation and wanted to see if there was anyone that could have been with Cece at the time of her disappearance. They got onto her Instagram, and they found her only friend was a girl by the name of Denali Bramer. There was plenty of pictures with Cece and Denali together. Well, they all had the caption attached, BFF, which stands for Best Friends Forever.
Aww.
Best friends forever, you and me. Please don't kill me in the woods. That's what she did. She killed her in the woods.
Oh.
Police followed this lead and reached out to Denali's mother. They asked her mother, Denali. They said, we want to know if Denali was with Cece, or maybe does Denali know where Cece might be, who would have wished harm on her. It didn't take long for this case to be blown wide open because her mother said, well, Denali doesn't know anything about this case except for the fact that she was shot and pushed in the river.
Okay.
Fucking squeal like a pig.
Well.
Red fucking flag right there. Am I
definitely.
right?
Yep.
So the police immediately say, oh, well, I thank you for that nugget of information. We'll be over to speak to your daughter in just a little bit. It sounds like everybody involved in this case is probably dumber than a sack of rubber dicks.
Sounds like it.
That's my guess here. The suspects were all brought in for questioning, including the two, Caleb and Caden. There was also the two juveniles who we don't know their names. Police learned quickly that they weren't anywhere near the polar bear park as they said they were. They also determined from the initial questioning that this was one big accident. Well, that's what the police were led to believe. They also learned that the text from Angela was specifically meant to throw them off the trail of what had occurred. Denali and Caden McIntosh had the same story during the initial questioning, which was quite impressive.
Okay.
They both said that the trio was driving around smoking weed.
I wonder if it's the same type you were smoking.
I told you guys, the shit's dangerous.
Nothing good comes from its gateway.
It's a gateway. The murder. It's the murder drug.
It's a murder drug, yeah.
So Caden, Caleb, and Denali, and well, actually, it was Caden, Denali, and Cece.
There you go.
They're all driving around smoking marijuana, probably coughing their heads off, getting fucking ripped. They decided to go to Thunderbird Falls and take some fucked up pictures. So they kind of thought this was like a macabre, morbid type thing they had going on. They were going to take turns duct taping one another and take pictures of each other. You know, just regular kid shit. Which begs the question, did you ever do anything really fucking weird like this when you were a kid?
Not just fucking duct tape myself, man. I am sure I did some weird shit.
Every Saturday night, my Aunt Carolyn, God rest her soul, such a beautiful woman, she would bring her 3 sons over, and she would drop them off with me and my younger brother. Their oldest son, Joey, my cousin, he was probably 3 or 4 years older than I was. He would be in charge. I'm maybe 10 or 11. He's maybe 15 or something.
Okay.
Fucking chaos, dude. 5 boys in a house by themselves.
Oh, I bet.
With 2 large pizzas. My mom and dad, they'd be out shopping. Whatever they do, I don't remember. They weren't out at the bar. They'd be out shopping and stuff. We always played this game every weekend where we would all take a tube sock and we'd stuff as many socks into the tube sock as we could. We get my dad, and we would turn this thing in a club, like a mace. We could really fucking hurt each other with these socks.
Yeah.
And then the person that was it, we would take their hands and put their hands behind their back.
Oh, my God.
We would tie their hands behind their back with a sock. We'd tie them up real tight, and they'd have to defend themselves. You set the timer on the microwave. We do this in the kitchen.
Yeah.
They'd have to defend themselves for 2 minutes. And you just lift your legs and you just get hit by socks. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
It fucking hurt, but it wasn't that bad. But then my one cousin, he's a little bit younger than me. He swung it and he hit me in the mouth. It pissed me off so bad, but I had my fat fucking wrist tied behind my back. I couldn't do anything about it because I'm tied up with a tube sock.
Yeah, you're hog-tied.
He hissed me in the mouth. A little bit of blood, I can taste it. And I said, as soon as I get this thing off, I'm going to kill this motherfucker. I'm going to beat the shit out of him, knowing this house is going to be able to stop me. But then I have one better idea. he was going to be it next. So I said, I'm going to get this dude. I'm going to put some extra juice in my sock.
Filled with rocks.
So they start tying him up. I go to my bedroom. I pick up the first thing I can find, which is a fucking Hot Wheel, dude.
Oh no.
And I put it in the sock, and I said to myself, I'm swinging at this dude's dick. Doesn't matter
My God.
what he does, I'm swinging at his penis.
Oh, shit.
Set the timer on the microwave. Boop, game on. First swing, Ken Griffey Jr. I was left-handed, too. Everyone else is swinging like one hand. I had double dong dildo grip on this thing. I swung it like I was going 350 down the right field line. I swung it. I hit him right on the left nut.
And dude.
I've never heard such a blood-curdling shriek in my entire life. He was like choking and squealing, but he couldn't. He had his hands tied behind his back. They just kept on beating his ass because they thought he was trying to fake it. Rightfully so, because he hit me in the mouth, but I just stood back and I said, I've killed him. I was down for whatever they decided to do to him.
Finish him.
If we were going to fuck him when we were done, I was down for whatever. But then his brother's like, okay, I think he's really hurt. And he's just like on his stomach. And he's like, I'm going to puke, I'm going to puke, I'm going to puke. And then the parents got home and they looked at his nuts, and apparently I turned one of his nuts purple. I never got to see the nut, but apparently I hit the nut so hard that I turned it purple.
That's not good.
He still hasn't had kids. So I don't know if he's okay or not. I talked to him the other day. He talked to me.
Yeah.
It's been about 20 years ago. He talked to me.
Sorry about your nut.
Sorry about that Hot Wheel in your nut, bro.
So did he know you'd put the Hot Wheel in there?
No, man. I fucking ran to my room and dumped that out.
You destroyed the evidence.
I said, that's a crusty sock. Fucking crusty-ass sock I had in there.
Found that under my brother's bed.
Yeah, man. It
Found
was
that sock.
It was a little Hot Wheel with flames on it. So we were cheap. Probably Matchbox. I don't know.
Oh, man.
But yeah, almost castrated that guy.
Dude, I'd have been so mad.
Yeah. If you ever been hitting the nuts by a Hot Wheel, send us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com.
Man.
So they were going to take turns duct taping one another and take pictures because that was going to be the cool thing to do. The two kids, when it was Cece's turn to be taped up, she fucking panicked and went over the edge. They untaped her mouth to see why she was freaking out so bad, just real briefly. And as soon as they untaped her mouth, she said that she was calling the police, and she was telling the police that they held her down and they raped her.
Oh, okay.
Well, Caden was having no part of that, so they brought the gun as a costume piece. They were just for these photos. This spooked him to the point that he raised the gun and he shot Cece in the head, killing her life. The gun was supposed to only be a prop for the pictures, and Denali said she tried to stop him. They claimed that Caden, he tried to call the police because her body wouldn't stop twitching. Well, wow. She'd been shot in the fucking head. And nothing really added up to the police at this point. They knew that she'd been shot in the back of the head, but if it was an accident, why was she shot in the back of the head?
Yeah.
Pretty execution style. So
exactly what it is.
They were kind of on their trail at this time. Caden said he wasn't sure if she was dead from being shot or from when they pushed her off the cliff into the creek.
Yeah, I'm sure the bullet didn't help.
No, absolutely not. But she was dead before she was going to die, inevitably. And they didn't want Caden didn't want Denali to go to jail, so he kind of took the fall for everything with the police. He said that after leaving the crime scene, he burnt all of Cece's belongings. At this point, they arrested Caden for first-degree murder and evidence tampering. Denali was let go as the investigation continued. The next day, the detective in the cases, they were presented with Denali's Snapchat stories while interviewing a friend of hers who was not involved in the murder. And the online stories from Snapchat, Denali says, quote, "I'm sorry, everybody, my family, my friends. I guess you'll hear from me when you hear from me, but I won't be back for a long time. I won't be back for a long time. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do it." This sounds like someone that was proud of what they did that was just yearning for attention at this point, in all honesty. They pulled Denali in for a second interview after reading her Snapchat stories. And this is where they learn about the millionaire mastermind that was behind this entire plan, pulling all the strings, from behind the scene, Tyler the Millionaire. Got all these pictures of these naked babies, got all this money to spend on dead bodies. Tyler the Millionaire. They learned that the trip had been planned during this investigation. They learned that Denali and the three others had planned this trip and that there was some premeditation on all of their parts to execute this murder.
Ooh.
Denali fessed up that she handed the gun to Caden and told him to shoot Cece in the back of the head because she could not do the job herself. Caleb Leland, who was the guy whose truck they were using, admitted his involvement as well. He was charged with first-degree murder. It was also found out that Caleb sexually assaulted one of the female juveniles that were involved in this investigation as well. What a bunch of scumbags.
Big time.
But now the police were faced with their most daunting task. They had to find out who was the man behind the mask, who was Tyler the Millionaire. This would not be an easy task. Being that he was a millionaire, he had $9 million just laying around to watch a kid get killed. He probably already skipped the country. He was probably already in Rio de Janeiro or France, Germany. Who knows where he was going? Someplace other than America, because the dude had a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
They would, in fact, obtain a search warrant for Denali's laptop and cell phone. During their search, police learned that Tyler was actually 21-year-old Darren Schillmiller. He was not from Kansas. He was from the cornfields of Indiana.
Okay.
Right there next to goddamn Justin Rimmel from Mysterious Circumstances. You know why Circumstances has the word come in it, and that's why he named that show Mysterious Circumstances.
Makes sense.
A lot of people don't know that. That's a strange fact that he told me in confidence. He texted me. He said, "Listen, bro, I love cum." That's why I named it that. I said, "That's cool, man. Rock on. You're a handsome guy. Probably got different taste in cum than all the rest of us normal dudes. You know, go check out Mysterious Circumstances." So old Tyler was actually Darren Schillmiller. What a cool Indiana name Schillmiller is.
Yeah, it is.
So he's out there in the cornfields of Indiana, and he looked nothing like the pictures that were presented to Denali whenever she was first falling in love. Yes, I said it, after she was falling in love with Tyler. He was, in fact, not a millionaire at all. I think he worked at a fucking hot dog stand or something. This guy had about a negative $3.50 overdrafted bank account.
I'm a millionaire in hot dog money.
Yeah, if you like corn dogs, if you like being fed corn dogs, I'm your boy.
I can get you any type of wiener you'd like.
I had a family member on Snapchat tonight. I was looking at the stories, and he was making homemade corn dogs.
Hell yeah.
He had batter. He was frying them up. I was like, "Oh, out of here.
Dude, I bet those fuckers slap.
Oh, you got some mustard and corn dogs."
You gotta have mustard on corn dogs.
You like corn dogs?
I do.
God, they're so good,
Fucking
man.
Delicious, man.
Why are corn dogs so good?
Anything deep fried's good.
Let me tell you another little life hack I've learned. When you're grilling a hot dog, just brush it with barbecue sauce while you're grilling it. Barbecue hot dog's pretty good.
All right.
Take a little Deborah. You guys ever heard of them little Deborahs? Them little Debbies?
Just slide it right in the middle of one of the Swiss rolls.
Shove one of them zebra cakes up your ass and see how much better it makes your poop smell. So, Tyler, who's not Tyler, he's Darren. He was broke shithead that was preying on an 18-year-old girl. And Darren was in Denali's phone as Babe.
Aww.
There was a lot of child porn that was located on Denali's phone that was passed back and forth between her and Tyler, or Darren, whatever you want to call him now. They were able to confirm through the text messages the intentions for Denali to sexually assault a teenager and film the entire thing. In the text messages, Denali says, quote, "Gonna go buy weed first. I want to get her high for it so she doesn't fight me." So the intentions were always to kill Cece, but she wanted to smoke weed with her first to get her high so she wouldn't resist her own murder. In a text from Darren, he tells her, according to court documents, "We can meet, but once I see a cop, I'm telling him or her that I made you rape people and kill Cece. I don't even deserve you." It's so fucking maniacal and twisted, whatever that means. The child pornography crossing state lines from Alaska to Indiana made it an FBI investigation. So now you got people aside from the dickheads of the corn of Indiana And I'm sure the detectives in Anchorage are absolutely phenomenal. They're probably, yeah.
Just cold.
Hey, boss, we got pull you off the moose tracks for just a minute. We got a real live murder with some CP. And I don't mean Chris Paul, the basketball dunker. I mean child pornography. So we're going to need you down there at the police station, get you off the moose tracks. I know you're out here chopping logs in the wilderness. What are they in Alaska? Like, are they hillbillies or are they Eskimos? What are they?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's the last frontier, man.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous out there. I want to go there and breathe the air.
Me too.
Probably cures fucking
That's
measles,
nice.
mumps, rickets.
Yeah, look how fucking big moose get.
Big dicks.
Breathing that air.
Yeah, their penis looks like a sack, though. It's kind of weird.
Like a ball sack?
Like a piss sack.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of weird. Like a Ziploc baggie.
Weird.
Kind of canted.
Huh.
During the next interrogation, Denali came clean about everything that Darren made her do. She was also finding out for the first time
Ouch.
that Tyler, was in fact a broke shitbag, and she had, in fact, been catfished, which Robert Dog and I love a great catfish story here on the Ohio podcast. She had been catfished. She was the catfish of all catfishers. The FBI, they are able, because the fucking FBI can get whatever they want, even if they have a search warrant. It's great. It's lawful and stuff and everything. They are able to recover videos and photos of the 15-year-old girl, which Denali sent to Shillmiller, or Darren, but they could not find evidence of the younger minor's assault, the 8 to 9-year-old. Investigators also could not find any evidence that Cynthia Hoffman was raped as per Shillmiller's request. Tyler said, quote, this is in their text messages, force her, tie her up if you have to. Denali says, okay. Tyler says, do the video. Denali says, okay. Denali and Darren were indicted on first-degree murder charges and 2 counts of second-degree murder, as well as first-degree solicitation to commit murder. Darren was additionally charged with federal child pornography charges and is currently awaiting extradition to Alaska. It is not yet clear if Denali will face child pornography charges, because this is all still ongoing right now. This is very much been slowed down by COVID. These guys still are waiting for their sentencing and whatnot. But Denali will face it's not clear if she'll face child pornography charges and sexual assault charges as well. If convicted, those charged as adults could face up to 99 years in prison. And
Good
you
riddance.
Still have the 2 juveniles that are being charged, as well as Caleb and Caden, or Gaden as I like to call him. A lot of moving parts in the story. Very, very sad that a mother and a father out there lost a 19-year-old daughter that just wanted so badly to have friends, wanted so badly to have people she could laugh with, smoke some dope with, just cruise around, be a kid, just looking for that, that missing piece. Because we all desire human friendship and companionship.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And, man, I feel so bad for people out there that don't get that. Because there are people out there that just don't have friends. And that sucks, man. It sucks to be alone like that. And I feel for you guys that just don't have anybody. And if you need somebody, Rob Dog and I will be your fucking friends.
Oh, yeah, we'll be everybody's friend.
Sign us up to be your friend.
Hell yeah.
We want to be your friend. But man, that would suck just not to have anybody that wants to kick it with you.
Yeah, it really would. It'd be miserable.
At any given time, I have a couple dudes that I can call and say, hey, let's go do this. Let's go do that. Whatever. That's a good feeling. I might not always take advantage of it, but
as long as it's there, you want to be at least the offer dangled out in front of you.
Me and you went to Korn concert.
Yeah, we did.
Good time.
Yeah.
Korn. Jonathan Davis didn't get out of his chair because he's dying from COVID, but
he still was out there killing it.
He said, "Are you ready?" You know what would have been the absolute icing on the cake for that concert? If at the end during the encore, if from the back of the stage rose a cross raises up in the air. There's a human crucifix style on the cross, and the music hits. When you are with me, I'm free. How How fucking awesome. Scott
That would have
Stapp
been pretty fucking cool, man.
from behind the stage on a cross.
That song is actually really good. It's a really good song.
Hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far down.
Did you see the TikTok of the toothless guy sitting on top of his trailer singing that song?
Dude was a vibe, wasn't he, man?
Hell yeah,
He
man.
was having a good time. I want to fucking shoot heroin with him. What a cool fucking dude, man. But yeah, you can find us. You can find both of us on TikTok. I think I'm at Alien Bigfoot Prince. I think that's my name. And then Rob is.
I'm Brohio Rob. Yeah.
Brohio Rob.
I've never posted anything on there, but I will eventually.
I'm Alien Bigfoot Prince. What does that even mean?
I don't know, but good on you.
Fits me well, doesn't it? Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the Brohio podcast. Sad story. Try to bring a little bit of light to but you guys tune in for the true crime sometimes. He's been with us for about fuck you motherfuckers. He gets on Instagram. He'll use derogatory. Get mad at Big Al. I say, listen here, you son of a bitch. Start your own podcast. But then every time we release a true crime, I say, man, that's the best shit I ever fucking heard. So I'm like, yeah, I'll rock with you, Big Al. Then we release a ghost episode. Hey, like, you fucking fruitcakes. Is that all you know how to do is talk about ghosts, you untalented, shitty podcasters? He's like, I'm going to go listen to My Favorite Murder or whatever he wants to listen to.
Yeah. There's so many podcasts out there,
But he likes us.
Yeah, I'm
glad.
I'm glad.
Deep down inside, every person that's ever left us a 1-star review wants to hang out with us in person.
I like to think so.
Guarantee it.
Yeah.
I've never met, well, I think it might have happened the other day, but I've never met someone I don't get along with. But the other day I almost punched somebody in the face.
Really?
It's an irrelevant story. But, yeah, I never met someone that I don't get along with. There's that one cum stain that called my parents' house.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you did give him an earful.
Might have been a nice guy, but he did foul stuff.
Yeah, definitely did. Wasn't, yeah, it was totally,
Yeah.
It was cool.
Whatever.
What you did.
Dan Brown. The iPod. That's how long Ohio's been around. One of our first reviews, Dan Brown said, I'm going to delete these guys off my iPod right now. Dan Brown.
I cannot believe the filth that these peasants are peddling and calling it entertainment.
I'll be deleting them off of my iPod right now.
I was in my cigar room having a smoke when I heard this in my iPod Nano, and I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
I wish we could still find that review. Take me a long time to find it.
Yeah, that was a while back, man.
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for tuning in.
Oh.
I'm Steve from Blues Clues. Thanks for listening to the Brohio podcast.
You look great.
Thank you. Feel great. Tell them good news.
Oh, I love you guys.
All right, YouTube. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thanks for being our friends.
Thank you for being my friend. Did you drive yourself, or?
Yeah, I drove myself, yep.
Do you want to do the Zoom thing? Or
yeah, we can do it. Yeah, no. Let me make I got a call a second ago, so let me return that, and then we can go. Bye.